Season 1, The Luna They Tried to Hide. Episode 5, The Secret Beneath Her Name. The moment Arya pulled her hand away from Cassian, neither of them moved. The silver-blue energy vanished. The air became still once more. Yet the feeling remained. A lingering awareness. A connection neither understood, and neither could ignore. For the first time in years, Alpha King Cassian Ashthorne found himself speechless. For the first time in her life, Arya Blackwood felt something inside her awaken. Not fully, not clearly, but enough to know something had changed. The balcony. Arya stared at her hand. The same hand she had used 1,000 times. The same hand she had shaken with colleagues, friends, leaders, pack representatives. Nothing like this had ever happened before. What was that? Her voice barely rose above a whisper. Cassian looked at her. For once, the Alpha King had no answer. His wolf remained completely alert, watching her, tracking every movement, every breath, every heartbeat. Mine. The word echoed again, stronger this time. Cassian immediately suppressed it. No. Impossible. Mate bonds didn't work like this. Not for him. Not after all these years. Not now. And certainly not with a woman he had just met. Yet his wolf disagreed. Violently. Arya noticed his expression change. Something flashed through his eyes. Recognition. Fear. Confusion. The same emotions she was feeling, which somehow made her feel better. At least she wasn't alone. I should leave. The words sounded weak, unconvincing. Cassian immediately hated them. His wolf hated them even more. Yet his human side knew she was right. Neither of them understood what was happening. And forcing answers tonight would only make things worse. Perhaps. Arya nodded. Neither moved. Again. The moment stretched. Dangerously. Then finally she stepped backward. The spell broke. The distance returned. And immediately both felt it. The absence. The separation. The loss. Neither understood why. Hidden beneath the mountain, miles below the royal citadel, ancient mechanisms stirred. Stone that had remained dormant for centuries began to glow. Silver light spread across forgotten symbols. Ancient runes awakened one after another, like stars returning to life. The chamber had remained untouched for generations. Hidden, buried, protected, waiting. Now it was awake. The silver markings expanded across the floor, traveling through cracks in the stone, climbing ancient pillars, illuminating symbols long forgotten by modern wolves. Symbols belonging to the first bloodline, the original royal line. The bloodline everyone believed extinct. Far inside the chamber, a single symbol glowed brighter than all the others. A crescent moon intertwined with a wolf. The mark of the Luna sovereign. The equal. Isabella. Inside her private suite, Isabella Moretti stood before a mirror. Furious. Her attendants wisely remained silent. No one wanted to be near Isabella when she was angry. Tonight she was furious. Because she had seen something she couldn't explain. Cassian. Interested. Not polite. Not diplomatic. Interested. There was a difference. A massive difference. And everyone in the ballroom had noticed it. The Alpha King never spent hours speaking with women. Never. The Alpha King never smiled. Never laughed. Never lingered. Yet, somehow Arya Blackwood had accomplished all three. In a single night. Isabella slammed her glass onto a table. Find out everything. One of her assistants hesitated. Everything. Everything. Her eyes darkened. Where she came from. Who her family is. Who she's connected to. Every secret she has. The assistant swallowed. Yes, Lady Isabella. As the door closed, Isabella stared toward the distant royal citadel. Toward the balcony she couldn't stop thinking about. Toward the woman she already hated. Cassian's office. Nearly 3 in the morning. The entire citadel slept. Almost. Cassian sat alone behind his desk. Arya's file remained open before him. His eyes moved across every page. Again. And again. And again. Searching. Studying. Looking for something he had missed. Marcus entered carrying coffee. Still awake. Cassian looked up. So are you. Marcus handed him a cup. You're the one investigating a woman at 3 in the morning. Cassian ignored him. Marcus smirked. I take it you're not sleeping. No. Thinking about her? No. Marcus laughed. You're lying. Cassian leaned back. Exhausted. For years his life had been predictable. Simple. Enemies. Allies. Politics. Responsibilities. Everything organized. Everything controlled. Then Arya appeared. And suddenly nothing felt simple anymore. Marcus eventually sat. The humor faded from his expression. You felt something. The room became quiet. Cassian didn't answer immediately, because admitting it made the situation real. Finally. Yes. Marcus frowned. What kind of something? Cassian stared at his hand. The same hand that had touched hers. The kind that shouldn't exist. Marcus's expression changed. Slowly. Carefully. As realization dawned. No. Cassian looked away. Exactly. Arya. Sleep proved impossible. Arya lay awake staring at the ceiling. Replaying every moment. Every conversation. Every smile. Every glance. Most of all, the touch. Something had happened. Something impossible. And deep inside herself, she felt it. A faint stirring. A quiet awakening. As though something hidden within her had heard a distant call. And responded. She closed her eyes. Immediately a memory surfaced. A fragment. Broken. Incomplete. Yet unmistakable. A woman kneeling before her. Beautiful. Silver eyes. Dark hair. A voice filled with love. And fear. One day you'll remember who you are. Arya sat upright. Heart racing. The memory vanished instantly, leaving only confusion behind. Who is that woman? Why had she never remembered her before? And why did the memory appear now? The eclipse circle. Elsewhere. Far from the citadel. Far from the kingdom. A man entered a dark chamber. Ancient screens illuminated the room. Intelligence reports covered the walls. Photographs. Names. Bloodlines. Generations of secrets. At the center sat a silver-haired elder. The leader of the Eclipse Circle. The organization responsible for manipulating bloodlines for centuries. The organization that had buried countless truths. Including one in particular. The chamber has awakened. The elder slowly looked up. Silence filled the room. Are you certain? Yes. The symbols are active. The seal is weakening. The elder's face drained of color. Because only one thing could awaken the chamber. Only one. The return of the hidden Luna. His voice became cold. Deadly. Impossible to mistake. Find her. Morning. Sunlight rose over the mountains. The gathering continued. Guests prepared for another day of meetings. Politics. Social events. Alliance discussions. Everything appeared normal. Yet beneath the surface, nothing was normal anymore. The Alpha King couldn't stop thinking about Arya. Ancient powers had begun awakening. Enemies were already moving. And somewhere inside Arya, a forgotten bloodline was beginning to remember itself. For 24 years, Arya Blackwood had lived as an ordinary she-wolf. Hidden. Unaware. Safe. But destiny had finally found her. And destiny was not finished. Not even close. Because the greatest secret in werewolf history was about to awaken.